What's up, y'all? So, today is gonna be a little bit special and interesting. So, what I'm gonna do is back test my trade that I took, or technically back testing the day of today, while explaining to you how my trade went, how much money I made, how I did it. So again, you guys can kind of get a glimpse into the future with things you still won't understand now, but you will understand later. So I'm gonna give you like another big step up video and kind of make you super confused but intrigued to keep on listening and learning. So today I made it was supposed to be like a 1 to 2. I think I could have made a 1 to 2, but I ended up making 0.89%, so just under a 1 to 1. I took out early due to some idiotic decision making, but that's fine because we still made fucking money. So let's basically get into this. Okay. Replay back to 7 a.m. Basically, actually, why am I replaying if I could just explain to you guys my trade first? I'm such a dumbass. Okay, so basically, since you guys are kind of new to this, I'll go easy. In the future, I will go very hard. I'll make sure that you guys get very confused and have to rewatch things, ask me questions so you guys can get better. But for now, let's start off simple. So we come into, if I can remember, the market down here. We jump all the way up. And I mean all the way up. All the way up over here. No good entries. Nothing. Now, I really wanted to short after, but in this meantime I really wanted to long. No entries. We ended up making SMT, and I was looking for a short either way. What happened was we had a 5-minute inversion of a fair value gap on NASDAQ. And after basically a whole hour of moving up and going far up where I literally wouldn't go up anymore without a fucking retrace. Well, I caught the fucking retrace. Okay? I caught the retrace. We didn't really get a placement on S&P, which is fine. But we placed our trade right here, as you can kind of see, right when the 5-minute closed. I did not need a retrace. I was thinking, you know what? If we inverse a 5, we're just gonna fucking move down. And I had a break-even point at a 15-minute fair value gap, which made sense to me, I personally think. So it was right there at the beginning of this fair value gap. Okay, the 15, very important. If we touch that thing, God knows what would happen. Okay, so that's why I have a break-even point, right? So if we touch this 15-minute fair value gap and we move all the way up, I only get stopped out at break-even, so I end up losing no money. I had my stop loss all the way up here, in case retrace purposes. And I ended up taking out at the 5-minute fair value gap right here. Now, I think I should have kept in. And I really mean that. I think I should have kept in towards the end of that 5-minute fair value gap. I really think, if anything, I should have just kept in towards, like, at least the middle, bro. Minimum the middle. I think the smartest thing to do, since we kept on moving up today, since we went up so fast and so much, maybe market just wanted to move up for God knows what reason. So I think I should have targeted equilibrium of the 5-minute fair value gap, allowing me to go from 0.82% to 1.38%. I think that would have been like the better trade. I kind of regret that, but God forbid you win, you lose, right? So this is what I probably should have traded instead, but I ended up taking out at what was it? Really? I really took out at this point, Karl? You fucking idiot. I was not thinking. That's less than a 1-to-1. I never go for that low. That's so dumb. That has to be studied. That really has to be studied. Okay. So with that being said, that's what I did. Definitely not like a good move, but it is what it is. And now we're gonna back test. Now we're gonna figure out what I could have done better and move from there. So yeah, that wasn't the best. Sadly, I only made $800. Definitely could have done better. This was the first time I kind of took out without really thinking. It's been a while since I've done that, so that was not ideal. But now you guys know how I took my trade, and we'll backtest again. Now, the next video I make for this playlist is not going to be a backtesting video. I just thought this was a good idea, like I said, because I made a trade and I could just teach you guys kind of what I did, or show you guys kind of what I did. The next video is definitely not going to be anything like this. Okay. So again, like last time, if you haven't watched last video, then go check that out prior to this. We mark out the 4 points. Obviously, market open. Or New York price kind of push open. How do I explain this? What? Literally, when the people walk into the fucking doors, okay, like when the price starts being pushed. I'm basically retarded right now. I don't know what's going on with me. 8 a.m. is when they start really pushing price. So I marked this, okay, basically the beginning of the AM session. Then AM open, macro start, AM close, okay. Obviously, AM close is at 10 a.m. for me. So the end of this 5-minute candle is going to be 10 a.m. So we mark the beginning of it. So now I will go to the 1 hour. And having trouble breathing. I keep thinking, I keep like thinking to myself, like, breathe properly so you can speak well, but then I forget how to breathe. I'm going through it, guys. I'm going through it on this video. What the hell? Tweaking. Jeez. Okay. So basically what happened was, we swept out this point on NASDAQ days ago. We come into EQ, basically big fat retracement to this trend on both charts, and we're moving down. Then we sweep out this point, right? Kind of sweep out this point on both charts. So what am I looking for? Well, I'm definitely looking for longs without much order flow, but I'm also, able to take a short. Maybe since we touched up on the middle of this trend, we still want to move down. Okay, if we want to move down, preferably I'd like to be underneath this this level, or just have stronger flow, like 5-minute order flow. Same for this chart. Now, yeah, we could basically little retrace, keep going down, or we could have little retrace, then a smaller one, and then move up on both charts. But I'm down for whatever. I'm just making sure I understand how the market's moving and what to do when market moves accordingly. So we will mark out these highs and lows. We have a pair, okay? Not prominent, but it's just a pair of higher time frame highs. Then we have prominent highs, London session highs. Okay, it's a pair, super nice, super helpful. We have AM session highs, and also remember these can be lagged sometimes, so we have to go to the 30-minute to make sure they are in their correct spots, which is super weird because sometimes they're not. Okay. AM session lows, pair again. Okay. And we really do have nothing else in our vicinity. These are misplaced, by the way. But are we gonna move all the way down? Are we gonna move all the way down here? Probably not. Are we gonna move all the way up here? Probably yes. And yes, probably yes. My bad, I'm stupid. Same for S&P. Are we gonna move up here? Probably yes, not far. Are we gonna move up down here? Probably yes, not far. So these are some cool points. Now, since I want lower order flow to move up and higher order flow to move down, let's start looking for that. Obviously, I do not trade until 8:30, so we kind of skip towards then. How much have we moved up? 60%. It's a freaking lot. So basically, I'm looking for an entry that I might have missed. I'm seeing like what I could have done differently. So, wow. Yeah, I remember the reason why I didn't go up anymore, I didn't trade, was because we had these 5-minute FVGs with points inside of them. And that's a deadly combo. And I'll talk about this in the future, but we literally, bruh, have, oh my gosh, just a deadly point inside a 5-minute FVG. It's fucking deadly. So I was like, you know what? Not really sure how I feel about that, because if instead we just kind of landed a bit farther up from these lows, I could have had this as a break-even point. Could have, like, let's just say this was the 5-minute candle, or even better. Oh my gosh, I think I missed it, guys. Oh my gosh. This is why we backtest. Some days, very few days, I will miss a trade. I will miss a possibility. Guys, it's okay if we didn't fill that. It's totally fine. Maybe. Dude, oh my gosh. Fuck me. That sucks. Target like a 1-to-1. 15-minute point I can target. No. Yikes. Well, I guess we're under this 1 hour high, so. Oh. Target this 1 hour FVG. Right. You could basically target that. Okay. That's so tough. Gosh damn it. Okay. That's so tragic. Wow. It's like, I could have traded that. I could have traded that. You know what I mean? So, this is, I don't know if I'm correct. I'm pretty fucking sure I'm correct because I kind of remember this, but I mean, damn, I really, I gotta trade that. A little bit tough. Okay. Obviously a break-even point that looks really nice was clearly just like the point inside this FVG. And that's kind of crazy, but that's a bit close, if you ask me. It's a bit like too close. What about like, you know, I mean, to be fair, see, if I had these as my break-even points, we would have came up here and then came down back to break-even. I would have been stopped out instantly. Is that like really a good idea for a break-even point? What about this 15-minute high? Right? What about that 15-minute high? It's basically like the top of these highs. You know, gosh, though. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a risk I'm like willing to take in trading to see if something's gonna close over these highs and maybe give me proof that they're not gonna be or give me proof that's not gonna be a break-even trade. Not sure if I'd take that risk. Place right here. And then what, you want to see like a fucking close over it or something? I don't know about that one. Ooh, look at this. Freaking 2 minute. What? Why is it different? What is going on? Okay. I wouldn't do a 2-minute placement. That's a bit too little. Honestly, if like I placed here and this trade also closed, you know, like over this area, maybe I do move my break even to like a bit higher of a point. For example, like honestly, the top of this candle that made this fair value gap. You know what I mean? And see, I've learned in the past sometimes putting a break even point farther up can be like the absolute death of you. Straight up. You know, I'm just gonna take the fucking L because, bro, this is strong. This is mad strong. Mad strong, dude. And I fucking mean that. Mad strong. Like, that shit's stupid strong. God forbid I might have to take the fucking elbozo, dude. So you're really telling me we'd be break even right here? Okay. That sucks, I guess. Like, what I could have done would be, like, wait low-key for a better placement. right? Like, could have, okay, if we're trading towards this, could have like just waited for a better placement, but then you really think I'm just gonna place like a bit down here? No, I'll be looking for a trade like right here. Maybe bringing my stop farther down to get even farther down. Damn, you know what I mean? Like, I guess that's one of those things where I wouldn't really place. I'd be like, you know what? You got to get me down here. I'll put my stops down here, but you got to fucking, like, you got to get me in somewhere here so break even can make more sense. Because, I mean, so basically what I'll do in these situations now, when price just hits my break even, being like an absolute bitch, is what I will do is wait for a retrace and then take the trade after the retrace, you know? So now I will just be waiting, seeing what price does. Yeah, it's just kind of like the tragic thing about all of this, right? Sometimes in trading, you just really have to master patience. So now we're in the 1 hour fair value gap, and what I'm assuming is going to happen is we're going to have either freaking retrace back up, and I wouldn't long because we've touched up on a very prominent point where going long is less probable, or are we going to go down a little retrace and then keep going down? So now longs are out of my, longs are gone. Okay, I'm not longing today anymore. Okay, just like today. Pretty smart with this. No longs now. Maybe I catch a small retrace, which is also the trade I kind of had. Okay, that's kind of what I did. And as you can see, we kept going up. It wasn't even funny how we kept going up. And I'll look and see what other points we might touch. Right? We have this 1 hour. This 1 hour. Okay. So like if we touch these points, this area just doesn't matter to me anymore. We want to be up to date. Ah, we touched that. Boom. Okay. And now we've clearly formed, like I said, touched a new point. We clearly formed some high time frame SMT. And how can we tell this is high time frame if we're just on the 3 minute? Because holy fuck, if the 3 minute has this many candles in between these 2 points, bro, it's going to be easily a 15 minute. Easily a 15 minute. Just like I said, easily a 15 minute. It's probably a 30 minute. It's probably a 1 hour SMT. Yes, it is. It's a 1 hour SMT. But, you know, you can kind of see things from different charts if you just know what to look for. Okay, so now I have, again, absolutely still no reason to go up. All right, we've gone so far up, there's just no reason to keep going up. That probability is slimmer than, like, freaking needle, bruh. Okay, so now we're looking for shorts. And since I'm pretty freaking confident with shorts, but again, we have to be logical, Karl. If we've gone up so much percent, why would I want low confirmation of shorts? I want big proof we're moving down. So I'm moving to the 5 minute like I did. Oh, and then this is the exact trade I took. Right? 5 minute inversion. Now, I was really sketched out when I took this because I realized we had SMT on the 15 and we hadn't closed under this on both charts, only NASDAQ. But I took this and I said, you know what? If we touch up on like a, well, 1 second. Let's just say I place my trade. Now I have to be very fast and figure out, like, you know, where I'm taking out. if we touch a break-even point, or where my TP is going to be and where my stop loss is going to be. I have to be very cautious. I have to be fast. Less talking. I think putting our stops up there it's nice. Obviously, I'm not placing here. We have no inversion, so what? I think since I noticed the SMT in this non-closed fair value gap, I went to the 1 minute on my trade and I said, okay, hold up. Okay, place right here. I went to the 1 minute and I'm like, okay, you know, where am I? If we touch what point, where am I taking out? I think I went to the 1 minute and I touched upon, like, what did I do? 3 minute. I think I went to the 3 minute, or I went to the 2 minute, I think. And I was like, okay, if we touch this point and move up, I probably fucked up, so I should take out. I was a little stressed, which is fine because I kind of placed my trade. Because here's the thing, we have SMT created, but what happens is, yeah, sure, now price wants to go down early, but maybe on the other chart, price wants to move down and then move back up to correct these fucking SMT highs, right? Grab this and then we move back down. So I'm going to get stopped out like right here, right? So I had to be really cautious. And if I had been paying attention, I would have waited for a close. But I kind of got lucky because you see what happened here was on the 1 minute, we kind of touched these points and then didn't touch break even. Oh, we did. I think the way I was filled on my brokerage was a little bit different. What was I doing? I don't exactly remember. I think I am terribly sorry the video's long and I don't remember everything, but this is why we backtest, to sometimes just see what's up, you know? What was I exactly doing? What was I doing? Weird. What did I have done? What was I doing? I think I had it where it's like, I think I had it like right here. Touch this. Oh, we did touch break even then. My fill must have been different. I was just looking at. Gosh. Well, since apparently I forgot everything, I'm going to see what would have been right. What point realistically would have been, you know, right. Maybe I just look at equilibrium on the chart and say, okay, like, oh, that's, I think maybe, no, there's no way hope was the best answer. Because maybe hope was low-key the best answer. Oh, gosh. Ooh. This is also why you backtest, guys, because sometimes your trades may be a little bit fucked up. That's not good. So if I noticed all of this in the trade, if I noticed how badly I fucked up, I think I would have low-key just took out. Like right away. But since I didn't, let's see if we can find like an actual quality break-even point, which was the bottom of this 5-minute candle, just under a 1-to-1. That was my break-even point. Okay, but let's see if we can find something a little bit closer, like a 1-minute low. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We mark that out on both charts just in case. Now, let's say we closed underneath all of these fair value gaps. Well, Now we're in this price range, so we'd have to wait for a lot more bullshit. And I usually wouldn't take a short. I like to catch the bottom of a trend. I like to catch it all. Before my camera overheats, let's finish this off. Like I said earlier, should have probably targeted equilibrium of this fair value gap. And cool. Yeah, so this would have been my ultimate best trade if we did everything correctly. Right? Now we're going to see what else maybe we can do. I still wouldn't long anywhere farther than like this area at all. So let's look and see if we can long for a retracement. Okay, and there's not really anything, no fair value gaps being inversed. We still have like this fair value gap we have to close over, and that's kind of far up, to be honest with you. Okay, we touch it. We didn't go through it though. Okay. I'm not sure if I'd want to short here. Right? And I know people have shorted here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm different. Yep, so it's end of market open. No longs. No more trades. This was a long video, but sometimes it's very good to really go over what you've done a second time, okay? And figure out what you could have done wrong, what you could have done better. You know, today's trade might not have been the best trade, to be honest. But it's fine. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people lose today. I guess I was more fortunate to win. I've had my unfortunate days, so I guess I maybe deserve today. But, you know, when you're backtesting in the future, I want you to kind of sit back and talk to yourself and just look at the charts and think of all these possibilities. Because if you can catch these possible trades that you didn't take, or you could have took, or you maybe did wrong while taking, the next time you are in the markets, you will do better. I promise you that. With that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. It's going to be a different video. Definitely not this long. Don't worry. And yeah, peace out, y'all.